Breaking overnight news in Copiah County, 16 WAPT's Allie Ware.
One of those two workers that was buried here alive at a gravel pit has been found. That worker was found at about 1:30 this morning.
The first pictures of that child attacked by a Pearl police dog. 16 WAPT's Scott Simmons spoke to that child and his parents.
He bit me 6 times, I think.
6 times? Were they hard bites? Were they little bites?
They were big bites.
He wouldn't let go of you?
It was a police dog.
3 different guns that pack a lot of firepower.
When you load it, you have to pull that back and charge it.
Gun rights supporters say the media is causing confusion by the terms they use.
AR-15, the bullet can do more damage than a piece of buckshot. But if I were in a room full of people or a stadium, all of these pellets would hit somebody.
A 16 WAPT viewer sent us pictures of this man in the buff walking in the middle of Woodrow Wilson. Drivers told us when they honked the horn at him, he gave them the finger.
He started getting buck booted naked. I'm talking about everything.
You were like, wait a minute. Huh?
Wait too much. Then he got all on my truck like he was twerking for me. I said, look at this, man.
Witnesses say a man jumped from a car, stripped down, and attacked a driver on Chadwick Drive Thursday morning.
I met him last night. He's a friend of a girl that I've been out with twice. He asked for a ride to Hattiesburg.
Crews spent several hours out here this afternoon. Now, they're not out here anymore, but I just kind of want to show you what we're seeing out here. This fire hydrant is still spewing out some water.
This is so aggravating. Everyone leaves the bow race and comes here with no water. So this is so unbelievable.
Are you going to sign the religious rejection bill?
As soon as it gets to me, it's still in the legislative process. When it gets here, I'll decide.
Governor, can you tell us why you signed the bill?
Sure, because I think it's a good bill. I think it protects the religious freedom of people who have deeply held religious beliefs.
What do you say to those companies that came out this weekend opposing the measure? Coca-Cola, Ingalls, Toyota, Nissan.
Well, you know, I understand that they get some pressure. I'm sure there's been a lot of phone calls, a lot of emails to them.
Governor Phil Bryant says he won't change his mind after signing the religious objection bill some critics call state-sanctioned discrimination.
If I get a screwball that I don't want to work on, I won't work on the idiot.
So if somebody who's gay comes to your barbershop and asks to get their hair cut?
If I know he's gay, he'll hit the streets.
This man owns a barbershop on Union Street.
The idiots that's against the bill are stupid idiots that don't believe in God or anything else.
That it's a public safety danger when you're speeding down the highway chasing somebody for
it is, and shoplifting, and when you're at Walmart and you're shopping and you're just trying to have a nice morning and somebody comes in and assaults a loss prevention officer, is that not a problem? Why is it always the police? Mr. Adams, you always ask this question. What is my response? What should we do?
People are getting killed, Ross. We got people calling us today about getting run off the road by Richland police chasing this guy on a shoplifting.
Special coverage tonight. The entire nation is buzzing after 2 deadly police shootings over 48 hours.
And we do want to warn you, the video is disturbing.
Get his hand open.
You told him to get his ID, sir, and his driver's license.
Now, this video posted Wednesday night on Facebook showed the aftermath of an officer shooting 32-year-old Philando Castile. And after those videos hit the internet, millions of people took to social media trying to figure out who was wrong, the officers or the shooting victims.
After news of these latest deadly police stumps, at 16 WAPT, we talked about the differences between me, a blonde white woman being stumped, and our chief photographer, Lamont, a black man with dreadlocks.
I'm not much of a threat. Is he a bigger threat?
No, ma'am.
Turn the blue lights on. What's the first thought that you go through in a traffic stop?
Thinking whether or not this person is wanted or is he just a regular everyday citizen, because he already know who I am, but I know nothing about him.
But Sheila's police chief is getting a lot of attention.
So what do you have to say to those critics, who are calling this just too much?
I would probably tell them to kiss my grits.
So the problem with driving in heels is when you get into the car, you have a tendency to grind your heel into the carpet. And some say that could lead to mishaps when it comes to pressing the brake or pressing the accelerator. What did you do?
We just stood there. My cousin called 911 to get us out. We came out through a window.
This massive tree took down this house, a truck, power lines,
fell on another house and completely destroyed 2 other cars.
And when I heard it coming down, that's when I grabbed and started hollering for my old lady, and it's just all hell broke loose when it came down.
Doctors say tech neck is curable.
Take a deep breath and then all the way out. Good.
It's as easy as it gets.
Does that noise scare everybody?
It scares some people, but most people smile afterwards.
Newt Knight died in 1922, and according to his gravestone here in Jasper County, he lived to be 92 years old, and he had a request to be buried in a pine box tilted slightly up so that he's always on guard. And in his final act of defiance, he's buried in the same cemetery as his black wife, Rachel. And we do want to wish our own Erin Pickens a fast recovery. A lot of you have been asking about her. She's recovering from knee surgery. I'm Keegan Fox, joined by a familiar face that we haven't seen in a while.
It's been almost 2 months. I put on makeup today for the first time in 2 months. I don't know what I look like right now.
You look great.
Well, thank you, because I haven't had to wear Spanx, haven't had to wear makeup. Still can't wear heels, y'all, but, hey, I'm back.
Here at Thompson Air Force Base, all of the personnel who actually work with the planes have to wear 2 forms of ear protection. We took a decibel meter that measures loud sounds. And a set of Saturn missiles topped out at over 100 decibels. The only difference is airmen are required to wear 2 sets of ear protection, and people at home using fireworks aren't.
We do give 3 awards out for Best Flavor, Best Scooper, and Best Decorated Tent.
16 WAPT News went up against other local guests and served scoops of cookies and ice cream.
We have been here for a couple of hours now. This is our 2nd tub of ice cream. It's going quick.
In our special investigation, we found out the only seatbelt on most Mississippi school buses is for the driver. This school bus that we're on is only about 3 years old, and the Clinton Transportation Director says every year the seats just keep getting higher. That's because if the school bus were to get hit from behind, he says the students would go flying forwards. Now, they are supposed to sit with their backpacks on their lap, but you can see how much room I have to slide around. So if the bus were to roll over, all of these things could go flying, including me.
For decades, a lot of us remember after-school work like this, a mountain full of books, papers, pencils, folders scattered along the dining room table or on the bedroom. Should homework be banned?
In our opinion, no, it doesn't need to be monitored and looked at. For quality, yes, but banned, no.
But this time, the instructors let me suit up to show the world what it's like inside the training.
When I turned it off, it pulled me with it.
This is the burn building, where rookies learn the real-life obstacles to fighting a blaze.
It is so hot.
Thank you. We had Sheriff Victor Mason walk us through the booking process. He shows us how Jamichael Jackson and Jamichael Johnson can exist as the same person.
My fingerprint's in the system now.
One simple thing you may think makes it easy. You can go in and get in front of the camera. Is the mugshot. But the sheriff says that's not always foolproof.
Good morning, good morning.
Gallo is host of the Gallo radio show on Super Talk, Mississippi. Gallo has been using his powerful platform to take aim at how he says the media covers the Clinton-Trump battle.
All sinister deal going on.
But the Clinton campaign also facing their own distractions.
The national media is doing their job. They're doing their job to get Hillary Clinton elected.
What do you think the media needs to do to show that they're equal on both sides?
Grow a pair of balls. Big, big. You can put this on there too, Norma.
This is a family show. This is a family newscast.
No, that's what they need to do.
The election is being rigged.
This week, Governor Bryant spoke out on the Paul Gallo radio show.
And then, of course, the media comes on and says we're shocked because he keeps saying the election's rigged. The election is rigged.
Governor, you said the other day that the presidential election is rigged. What exactly did you mean by that?
What I've said about being rigged, and I'm not sure those are the proper terms, so let's say what I said. I said it has been designed for sometimes, if you looked at the Electoral College, to favor the states like New York, California, others in the population areas. So if you can capture those states, more than likely you can capture the presidency.
Governor Phil Bryant says it would be hard to say no to a cabinet post if President-elect Trump asked him to serve. But that's a little different than what he told us just last week.
Are you interested in serving in a Trump administration?
Not at all. I wouldn't do it for love nor money or a combination thereof.
If President Trump asked you to serve, would you serve?
I would not.
Yesterday, we put the question to him again. What would he say if he got the call to serve?
I've got the best job in the world, and I love being governor. And I do not expect to receive that phone call. I played a minor part, actually, I think, in the grand scheme of things, but we will see what the president has to say. It's not something I'll be applying for. My resume will stay in the drawer. Any way I could help the great farmers and agriculture in this country, I'd be willing to do so, if asked. But again, I think that's something that just won't happen.
The 5th annual Turkey Drive 16 kicked off early Thursday morning as the biggest one yet.
400 turkeys before 10 o'clock.
We have never had this many turkeys this early.
If this will bring joy to one or two people, it's well worth it.
Thank you.
This is the type of a community. Jackson community is second to none in its charitable nature and in its heart. And I think that's what we're really counting on, and we love it every year because we really prove it every single time.